Mississippi Delta begins here in the lobby of the Peabody Hotel, and that phrase is as true today as it has ever been. The Peabody's history began back in 1869, just a couple of blocks from here at Maine and Monroe. Colonel Robert Brinkley was our founder, and he had set out to build the finest hotel the Mid-South had ever seen, and name it the Brinkley House. He succeeded on that first one, of course, but just before the grand opening, his good friend, Mr. George Peabody, passed away. Mr. Peabody was not just a good friend of the owner, he was a noted humanitarian and philanthropist, and it was in his honor that the name was changed at the last minute from the Brinkley House to the Peabody Hotel. And the Peabody has always served as a symbol of Southern hospitality, and it was so at Maine and Monroe until 1923. But it had been decided that we needed to expand and relocate to here, 149 Union Avenue. So after 2 years, at about $5 million in construction, on September 1st, 1925, the Peabody reopened its doors to the beautiful hotel we stand in today. The Peabody has also served as a social center here. We have been hosted countless weddings, proms, parties, and celebrations. Many of those hosted on the beautiful Peabody rooftop. We have a gorgeous view of downtown Memphis and the Mississippi River, as well as the Royal Duck Palace, the lavish livings of our fine feathered friends. If you'd like to visit the rooftop or the Duck Palace, ladies and gentlemen, I welcome you to hop into the elevators after about 5:30, hit S for Skyway, and they go right out the double doors. On the way back down, or while we're waiting for the rooftop to reopen at 5:30, I encourage us to visit our memorabilia room. It's up here on the mezzanine, just above the gift shop, and in there we have artifacts and stories unique to the Peabody's history. We have portraits of presidents and stars who have graced our halls. We have been hosted back to every president since Harry Truman here at the hotel. We have a piece of Elvis Presley's original RCA contract, which was negotiated, typed, and signed here in this very lobby on our station, no less. But up there we have my favorite artifact, a memo, written by our general manager regarding the menu over at Chez Philippe. It explained that we could have absolutely no duck served on any menu here at the hotel. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we're of course here to see the march of the Peabody Ducks, but if we haven't done so before, it may surprise us to learn that our whole tradition here got started with a bit of a practical joke. Back in 1933, our general manager, Mr. Frank Scott, and his friend Chip were out hunting in Arkansas. They had brought with them to help them hunt on that weekend some live duck decoys. They also brought with them to help them perform a bottle of Jack Daniels. Now, the gentlemen noticed a bit more on the Jack Daniels. They never quite got around to hunting, and so were surprised when they returned to the hotel and found that they had forgotten to leave those 3 English call ducks back at the farm. So they improvised, snuck the ducks into the hotel lobby and let them loose into our fountain instead. Their deed done, the gentlemen retired to their rooms for the night, but when the general manager came down the next morning, all he was expecting to hear about were stories of the staff chasing ducks around the lobby, getting them out of the hotel, covering up the prank from the night before. Instead, though, he found that the ducks had stayed in the fountain the entire night long. And what's more, a crowd of guests had gathered around, they were gawking at the ducks. The general manager went over and he apologized, said he could get this cleaned up right away. People wouldn't have to see ducks here ever again. But the people protested, said no, they love the ducks. They then suggested that instead we let them stay as our guests. So, ladies and gentlemen, we've continued to honor that request, for we have had ducks as permanent residents here at the hotel for over 80 years. But then in 1940, we had a gentleman join us at Elman, Mr. Edward Pembroke. Mr. Pembroke was a retired animal trainer for Ringling Brothers and Barnum and Bailey Circus. He told us if given the opportunity, he could train our North American mallards to march across the rooftop, ride down the elevators, and then march down the red carpet into our lovely fountain every morning at 11 o'clock. There they would stay until 5 p.m. When you can usher them out of the fountain, march them back up the red carpet, up the elevators, and back to their room. Mr. Pembroke proposed this to management, and they were skeptical, of course, when they told him that if he could figure that out, they could march ducks for as long as he'd like. Mr. Pembroke went on to march ducks with us here at Peabody for the next 50 years. He also took the ducks all across the country. They were on The Tonight Show with Johnny Carson. They were featured in People magazine. He and the Ducks even made a very special guest appearance on Sesame Street for National Rubber Ducky Day. And Mr. Pepper did so much for the hotel, but especially for our ducks, that he was named the world's first duck master. My name is Anthony. I'm actually only the 5th duck master since 1940, and in just a few moments, it will be my honor to continue our tradition here for you. But first, on rare occasion, I have the honor and privilege of sharing the duties of duck master. Today is one of those days. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together and help me welcome my honorary duck master, Mr. James Wilson. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I want us all to know that it needs to be nominated as honorary duck master here at the hotel. It is an official station. It has official duties, and as such, it has an official proclamation. Whereas the daily march of the world-famous Peabody Ducks is a time-honored tradition, begun in 1933 and attended by countless visitors, and whereas the care and protection of the Peabody Ducks must be attended to on a daily basis, and can only follow the persons of high standards and great distinction, and whereas you are such a person, be resolved that on February 16th, 2014, Mr. James Wilson has been chosen honorary Duck Master. There you go, sir. Thank you. Now, of course, no honorary Duck Master is complete without their very own honorary Duck Master's King. There you go, Mr. Wilson. There you go. Back with the king. You'll need that. In just a few moments, we're going to use these symbols of office. We're going to usher the ducks out of the fountain. March them back up the red carpet, up the elevators, and back to their rooms. I do ask, if we are here by the red carpet and the entrance to the elevator, then we keep those areas clear. And please resist the urge to reach out and pet the ducks. They are wild animals visiting with us after all. I ask that you do our best to remain seated here in the lobby during the march, but finally and most importantly, ladies and gentlemen, please take as many flash photos as you like. You are all guests with us here today at the Peabody. This march is for you. On behalf of the ladies and gentlemen and ducks here at the hotel, I thank you all for joining us. Have a wonderful day. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, good morning.
All right, that's
Your
right.
attention.
Yep. What's that? Simmer down.
Ladies and gentlemen, good evening, and your attention, please. Welcome to the historic Peabody Hotel. At the center of the grand lobby is the point where the Mississippi Delta has been set to begin. It stands the classic Peabody fountain, carved from one piece, patterned Aberdeen marble. Although famous in its own right, the fountain is better known the world over because of its residents. If I may direct your attention to the fountain now, you will witness a tradition begun in the 1930s at the South Grand Hotel. An experience uniquely yours as a guest of the Peabody. Preparing to return to their penthouse on the plantation roof for the night.
They'll pass by.
Ladies and gentlemen, the march of the world-famous Peabody Ducks.
This way, Mr. Wilson. Very nice. Good job, professionals. Very good. Mr. Wilson, bring on down. And to the right, please. All right, duckies. Of course, very nice. Ladies and gentlemen, the March of the Peabody Ducks. We'll be back tomorrow morning at 11 o'clock. Have a wonderful day. Good job, ducks. Oh, my gosh, that's so awesome. Man, you're all ready to go. Look at that. All right. Excited little place. Look at you guys. Someone gave you some coffee, didn't they? Someone poured some coffee in the fountain. Is that what happened? Man, hyper ducks. Look at that. You got them energized, sir. I did. Very good.